We will now commence the International Symposium on Korean Art and Gender Day 1 that is co-hosted by Leeum Museum of Art, Art History Association of Korea, and Harvard Korea Institute. I would like to thank all participants for making time out of your busy schedules to join us today. Before we move into the presentations, we will hear welcome remarks of Deputy Director Sungwon Kim, Chief Curator Soyoung Lee, and opening remarks of President Namwon Jang. We will first hear from Deputy Director and Chief Curator of Leeum Museum of Art, Mr. Sungwon Kim. Let's please welcome him to the podium with a big round of applause. Hello. Good morning. I am Sungwon Kim, the Deputy Director of Leeum Museum of Art. Thank you for joining the International Symposium on Korea Art and Gender, both from home and abroad. For 2 days, starting from today, we will explore the theme of Korean art and gender. And this symposium was jointly hosted by Leeum Museum of Art, Art History Association of Korea, and Harvard Korea Institute. And it is the first conference to be organized by the three institutions. I would like to thank President Namwon Jang of Art History Association of Korea and all of the staff members, and Professor Melissa McCormick of Harvard Art Museum, and all of the members of the Leeum Museum of Art Department of Curating. I would also like to express my gratitude to all of the moderators and the presenters and the discussants for joining us today. We will explore Buddhist art from the perspective of gender. There were many of such approaches in modern art, but applying the gender perspective to the traditional Korean art is still rare. Buddhist art was considered as religious art, so it was rarely viewed from the gender perspective, so we decided to shed this new light on the topic. Also, this is a conference that is a prelude to the special exhibition of Ewha Museum of Art, Women and Buddhism in East Asian Art, which will be held next year. And it is the first exhibit on the theme of such a grand scale, so it has a very special meaning. We will explore the roles and agency of women who were patrons and who took many roles in the production of Buddhist art. So this is a very meaningful opportunity to listen to the scholars of Buddhist art, and Leeum Museum of Art will continue to make occasions of such nature to open up a venue for discussion to the scholars and academics of the field. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to ask Ms. Soyoung Lee from America to join us via Zoom. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Sure that you can hear me. Yes? Okay. My name is Soyoung Lee. I am the Chief Curator at the Harvard Art Museums. And it's my great pleasure and honor to offer brief remarks at this momentous conference on the timely topic of Korean art and gender. Co-hosted by Leeum Museum of Art, Art History Association of Korea, and Harvard University's Korea Institute. And I'd like to say thank you to Leeum's Deputy Director, Kim Sungwon, and to Jang Namwon, head of the Art History Association of Korea. While individual scholars from Harvard have presented at programs organized by the Art History Association of Korea, This is the first occasion, as was previously mentioned, that Harvard University is joining forces with the association to host an international conference such as this, and in partnership on this occasion also with Leeum Museum of Art. And we at Harvard University are deeply grateful for this occasion. An international conference such as this one can be a significant occasion for launching big ideas, for pushing boundaries, and for spirited discussion, all of which are critical to furthering both scholarly research and public discourse. I'm especially excited that the focus of this gathering is the intersection of gender studies and Korean art. The papers and discussions over the next 2 days, I have no doubt, will contribute to a meaningful expansion of both fields. Having grown up as the daughter of a South Korean diplomat, I've always viewed my role and my work as an art historian and as a museum curator as that of a cultural translator. And I'm extremely gratified to see how far Korean art has come as a discipline in just over the course of my own career. And more importantly, I am thrilled and deeply inspired by the contributions of the current and next generations of scholars, by how they're shaping this cultural landscape. Before I close, I'd like to offer my thanks to the supporters of this conference, indeed, sort of colleagues within Harvard University, the Department of History of Art and Architecture, and the Harvard Yenching Institute. And my sincere thanks go to the 4 organizers of this conference, accomplished art historians whose commitment to sharing ideas and scholarship has borne fruit in the impressive lineup of this 2-day conference. And I'm grateful to Melissa McCormick, Andrew W. Mellon, Professor of Japanese Art and Culture here at Harvard, who's been a steadfast advocate for Korean art and a generous collaborator in the field of East Asian art. I regret very much that I'm not there in person with all of you. I know many of you and I have shared scholarship and research over the years, but I sincerely thank the occasion, the opportunity for me to say a few words, and would like to now turn over the podium. Thank you very much.
Lastly, I would like to invite President of Art History Association of Korea, Namwon Jang, for opening remarks. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Good morning. I feel like it's getting cooler now. It was very breezy, but I can feel the heated passion as soon as I entered the hall. The Leeum Museum of Art, Harvard Korea Institute, and Art History Association of Korea are co-hosting the 2023 International Symposium on Korean Art and Gender. Welcome, everyone, to today's conference. I am Namwon Jang, president of the Art History Association. Our association celebrated our 63rd anniversary as of this year, so we have a long history. Starting with the Spring Academic Conference in March, we co-hosted Under Exploration Now, New Issues in Joseon White Porcelains with Leeum Museum of Art, followed by a session presentation at the Korea Association for Architectural History. And in June, we organized a national art history conference on art market and art making that brought together all 4 institutions. Today's symposium is our first event in the second half of 2023, which makes it all the more meaningful. Since last year, we have been planning a conference under the shared theme of Korean art and gender with the Harvard Korea Institute, and we became aware that Leeum Museum of Art was also planning a special exhibition in 2024 under a very similar theme. So we all decided to join efforts to co-host today's symposium. The problem of gender was often addressed in the Western art discipline and also the modern art discipline. Therefore, it is already recognized as a key factor to view and understand art. However, besides a book dealing with gender in Korean art, there was a dearth of research from this perspective. So it is necessary to take a gender-oriented perspective to look at society, politics, religion, and culture in a new light. The roles of women as producers and patrons must be studied, but also there are materials and medium of arts that have represented the nature of women. So we will highlight those aspects through today's presentations, and also we will analyze the roles of men. Along the same lines, works and activities of modern artists will also be addressed from this light. So the three institutions from home and abroad, from Korea and USA, have joined efforts to make today happen. And today's symposium was possible thanks to the full support of Harvard Korea Institute and the Leeum Museum of Art. I'd like to thank Professor Melissa McCormick, who led all the funding and overall management from Harvard's side, and Professor Yukio Lipit, who contributed from the earliest planning stage. Also, I appreciate the works of Dr. Seung Lee of Leeum, Professor Yeonmi Kim of Ewha University, and Professor Sona Choi of Myeongju University, who have coordinated among the three different institutions. I also extend my gratitude to all directors and coordinators of our own very association. The representative Yoo Min-young and Deputy Director Sungwon Kim of Leeum Museum of Art and all curators and staff members, thank you. Well, for our association and the Samsung Foundation of Culture, this was the second fruit of our collaboration since signing our MOU on January 3rd. Also, this is a conference in the lead-up to the special exhibition Women in Buddhism in East Asian Art, which will be held at the Hoam Museum of Art in 2024. 2 days starting from today is filled with very elucidating presentations. We have 15 researchers from home and abroad joining as presenters and 16 discussants and moderators who will lead the sessions. I deeply thank all of you for shedding light on important and interesting topics. I hope today's event will be meaningful to all participants offline and online in Seoul and Boston. So now, let's kick off the International Symposium on Korean Art and Gender. Thank you.